Hey everybody, it's Tara Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. Whether you're a coach or a CEO, the success of your team and clients is based on your ability to deliver a consistent experience and guide them on the fastest path to results. This podcast will give you practical, real-life tips that you can use today to build your online experiences that get results and create raving fans. Why? So you can monetize your expertise and serve more people without adding more time or team to your business. If you're looking to uncover your $1 million framework, package it, and use it to scale, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey, everybody, it's Tara Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. All right, guys, in this podcast, you'll get real actionable tips and tricks to grow your 6- and 7-figure service-based business into a scalable digital online experience. Each week, we have interviews with successful course creators, case studies from different students, as well as my own insights that you can immediately put to use in your training business to leverage your ability to serve at the highest level while building a life that you love. In other words, if you're thinking about scaling your expertise through an online experience or looking to put jet fuel on the one that you already have, this podcast is for you. All right, everybody, today I want to talk about working with your clients and what your responsibility is. So I am in the middle of a situation, or just sort of finalizing a situation where I've actually had to let a client go. So I want to talk a little bit about that today because you may be in a similar position that really impacts the way that you do your work. So often when we talk about taking on a client or a customer, it's about getting the customer or the client, right? It's not so much about what we are delivering or what we're fulfilling on until we get to that place where we have signed that client. So one of the biggest keys and the biggest thing to do before you even start taking on clients is really think about how you're providing value, how you're helping them get results. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, your job is to help your clients get results. Hopefully 5 or 10 times what they're paying you to help them get those results, right? So when you look at what you're creating and how you're creating it, it's really, the focus should be on how do you help them get results, either make money, save money, do something differently so they really are seeing the direct impact of the work that you're doing. But what happens when you have a client that thinks that they want what you have to offer, but they really don't, right? They're either not going to take action, they fight you on it, or they think that, what you're offering is not actually what they needed, even though they signed up for it. And so I want to talk a little bit about that today because it happens, right? You will take on a client or a customer and, they're super excited at the beginning. And then, they start diving in and they go, well, yeah, I don't know. Or they don't do the work, or they want it, but they're not willing to make the changes that they need to make in order to actually get the results. So when we look at that, like, what's your responsibility? What's their responsibility, right? Because while you can help somebody get results by, being intentional about how you're creating your program and what you're putting out there, you can't actually force someone to get results, right? Like, at some point you have to say either, you either need to take action, or, I'm not the right fit for you, or, you're just not going to get the results until you put in the work or you do the thing or make the switch. So this takes me back to the client that I have where, they hired us to go in and transform their training. It happened to be compliance training. So compliance training, if you're not aware of what that is, it's just like they have a rule in the company or, something that they have to follow, be it safety or just sort of some government rule or something. And so that training, because it's sort of required, tends to be the training that people say, it's just required. People have to take it. We don't need to make it interesting. The problem with that, of course, as you know, is if you're not actually looking at how you can help somebody succeed, they're not actually going to succeed, right? So if just giving them a bunch of information or, giving them the rules isn't really a training. It isn't really something that's valuable for people. And so you still need to look at that from a learning perspective and say, okay, well, how do we change performance or behavior based on what it is we're trying to teach them? Which is, as a course creator, you know that, right? Like you really have to look at like, what's the result you want somebody to take? What do you want them to be able to do differently than they could do before they took your training or your course? And so anyway, they came to us and they said, well, we really want you to take a look at this and provide us with some, ways to make this more learner-centered, and then, take it where it is today and then move it to a new tool and do all of those things. And so we said, great, that's what we do. That's excellent. And what happened in reality is when we got in there and started, helping them shift their thinking around how this training could be more valuable to them, they basically fought us on it, right? They said, well, we just need to give them information. We just need them to call this number, whenever something comes up, so we just want them to know what the rules are. And so clearly it's not a great fit from our perspective because, again, you can't force someone to look at their training differently. We can make suggestions and we can, have those conversations. But at the end of the day, if it's just we want you to take this PowerPoint and turn it into a training, that really isn't where we provide the most value. And so I had to tell the client that this isn't, the best project for us. One, you can get this done a lot less with a lot less money if this is just purely what you want to do. Plus, this isn't valuable training for the learners. So this isn't necessarily something that we're interested in continuing to pursue. And her response was interesting. It was like, well, wait, I thought this is what you did. And I said, well, we have the capacity to do that. We have the ability to do that. But our core values, our core belief is that, there's no reason to do training unless it provides some type of result or some type of action for the business, for the learner, for the organization that's asking for it to be done. And so therefore it was time to say goodbye to that particular relationship. So I wanted to just bring this up today because I think that twofold. One is, know what you stand for, know where you provide value in an organization or with a client or a customer so you can help them get results. And then the second thing is know when it's time to, say goodbye to a particular customer or client. Because here's the thing is by saying goodbye to that particular client, it opens us up to have the clients that actually, that we can help and really show that we can get results versus one that we know we're not going to get results. We're not ever going to get to that place where we can show them the true return on their investment for what they're spending because they're not open to looking at it from a different perspective. And so that's almost as important as getting a client is when is it time to let go of a client, or when is it appropriate to say no to a potential client because it's not going to be the right fit, because that at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to get them results. And which, will start to erode not only your confidence, but your ability to help the people that you need to help because, who knows that could be something that sort of comes up later if there's a referral or something else. And I think, my belief is that people appreciate fit. They appreciate knowing that they're not a good fit. They appreciate knowing that they can get this work done less expensively. If they have the right resource who's working at the right level to help fill their needs versus paying a premium for something that they don't actually want. And so I just wanted to bring this up today in today's episode because I think that it's, especially when you're getting started, you feel like you have to take everybody on. Anyone who's interested, you have to take them on. But I would challenge you to look at how do you really start to identify the people that you shouldn't take on? And saying no is just as important as saying yes, because it really gives you that clarity of who you should be working with, who your ideal avatar is, and how you're providing the most value. Because at the end of the day, your ability to help somebody solve a particular problem or challenge that they have to get greater results, right? Financial results, lifestyle results, whatever results you're helping them get, really helps to put jet fuel on what you're doing so you can attract more people. You make a bigger difference and a bigger impact out there in the world. So that is my quick course building secret for you today, is really when you're looking at the results that you provide, how can you get even more clear on the results you don't provide to really be able to help your clients at the highest level? All right, if you found this episode valuable, I would love for you to share it with someone else, give us a rating on iTunes, and just, reach out to me and let me know how we could help you in this particular area. All right, there you go. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. The best thing you can do is to take action on an idea or tip that resonated with you. To help you take action, I have a free gift for you that you can download in the show notes. During each episode, we publish an action plan worksheet and other helpful takeaways from our speakers in the Course Building Secrets Creators Lab. To register for free, click on the link in the show notes. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, are you a business owner ready to streamline and scale your business? Imagine solving the biggest business challenges with clarity, a strategy, and a clear plan. Hey, I'm Tara Bryan, and I want to invite you to take the first step towards transforming your business with a free 30-minute discovery call. This call is an opportunity to discuss your goals, identify key challenges, and learn how my mentorship program can help you achieve the success you're aiming for. In just a half hour, we'll explore how you can scale your business by enhancing your authority strategy, engagement strategy, and retention strategy. You'll get personalized advice and a clear path forward. Ready to take the first step? Click on the link below that's in the show notes to book your free discovery call now. I hope to talk to you soon.